Win, get the fuck out of here! Is that overlay pink or just a regular Windows screen?
Early for the test stream. I was trying to stream Forza earlier tonight, and it didn't work. So I finished the regular stream, and I was trying to recreate the issue so I could kind of get a log of it, get some help, but I
Welcome back, comrade.
recreate the issue. I played around with some bitrate stuff, so maybe that solved it. Head back in. Let's go for a drive.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I haven't touched it yet. So because the Horizon just wasn't playing nicely with the setup I had,
In 400 meters,
I hadn't done
turn
anything with
right.
it yet. The plan was to do it in about 18 hours time for the Saturday.
Turn right.
I don't know why it didn't work. I did change the bit rate.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
It didn't affect any other game though. I don't know what.
At the roundabout, take the...
Change the code to something different. How's England today? Still wet like last time I asked, or have you dried off a little bit over there? Yeah, let's jump in the auto union. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I don't know why. Oh wait, settings back. I thought I turned it down. One question is, can you hear it now at all? Because the other issue I'm having is audio issues. Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah, it's a little bit kludgy over here, but it works. I think I've actually driven this car. Pretty meaningful period of time. If I was Audi, this would be the last combustion car I made. I'd remake a version of this. 67 Escort. Okay, so that turns up in the playlist, does it? We need an Escort. Just quickly pop a screenshot. I've got it just in case.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Gonna go to the garage. How are you doing recovering from your injuries? Do we want white walls? That's good to hear. Still want thicker tires though, that's for sure. Oh, wait, hold on. Can you look? I was hoping you could do that. Oh, you can't camber the wheels though, that is disappointing. And you can only put street brakes on and you can't change the engine? That is kind of a bummer. Well, I was hoping to see if I could change the exhaust, but I guess it's really got no exhaust. It's got pipes coming straight out of the engine, block into the air.
In 100 meters, turn left.
These were, in my opinion, this is one of the cooler periods of racing. When there was these kind of cars that all looked kind of similar. Like you could tell they were from the same category, but were vastly different in reality.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Particularly on the brakes you had back then. That was back in the days where they were of the opinion that it was probably safer for you to be thrown free from cars.
In 400 meters, turn right. Recalculating route. In 100 meters, turn left.
I think they just leant out and tried to grab the wheel themselves, didn't they?
You have arrived at your destination.
I'll be there in a moment.
Wow, that's generous. Well, just the spirit of Horizon, isn't it? Shall we send a thank you?
You got any plans, Shadow, for the first full weekend of the new year? Let's try and get rid of some of our duplicates. We don't need to fix. Ah, yes. I remember you telling me about this. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's always nice when you find a show and you can just really sink your teeth into it. Ooh, not long now. Gonna have to savor it. Is that just one season left then, or is that contained in more than one season? So let's hold on to that. We don't need two pick those BMWs, that's cool. Ah, we did get a new one. Yeah, we definitely don't need any Camaros. I want another Camaro Super Sport. But three, if we can afford to get rid of some of them. Wow, okay. Got a big weekend ahead of you. Had 3 Z06s. Pretty much. I mean, I guess I could put them like all on the auction house or something, or sell them, but I don't really need the money. Send that out to anyone. Already got our Duracell branded Cupra. Wow, those are proper features too. They're not just like a 60 minutes and a little bit TV movie. Speaking of which, you seen any good movies recently? I saw Avatar. I don't know. Feels like ages ago, but it was probably only 2 weekends ago. And it was fine. I think it's the best way I can describe it. Which is basically how I felt about the first one, so they haven't really lost me or gained me, so the net kind of meh. That's still fun. Watched any good old ones recently? Oh, what? So, wow, I have 4 transit vans. I'm like running a small business in 60s England. Reset. And turn the duplicates back on. You guys aren't duplicated anymore. I got rid of your duplicates. Is that where the song comes from? Because I didn't know there was a film called Conflict. Oh, I see. Interesting. See, I really only use a few cars, don't I? Because there are a lot of cars in here that I have duplicates, and I haven't touched any of them. What was that? Yeah. Did you end up... Have you seen, Ford versus Ferrari? I haven't myself. I was just wondering if you had and if you'd recommend it. No, I haven't either. I feel like it could be good. I've heard not terrible things about it at least. What was the other film? I haven't seen too many car films. There was an interesting one I saw a few years ago now with my family. It was just on streaming one night. It was, what was it called? I don't know what it was called, but it was basically about the guy who invented the interval windscreen wiper. Hello, V8 Killer. Welcome on in. This was meant to be a test stream, but seeing as Shadow turned up, I'm just having a bit of a chat and selling some cars. How are you this morning, afternoon, or evening? And how has your day gone or is going? But yeah, it was a film about the guy who invented the interval windscreen wiper. So it's not something you ever think about, but it's like something that hasn't been around forever. Previously, they were either on and would just flap back and forward without taking that break in between when you slow them down, or they were off. But this guy was the first guy to figure out the that kind of pause, that interval mechanism. Another good one that I watched. Well, yeah, that too, probably. I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, there must have been. Way back in the day. Another good one I watched was a documentary about Eric Banner's kind of love of cars. It was quite good. Just feel like I should plug an Australian film in there as well. I do remember ages ago watching a film which starred the fiancé from the Titanic. It was about like a team that he was the head of trying to make a world record car in competition with someone else. For the life of me, I can't remember it. I literally saw it like 20 years ago at least. But for some reason it stuck with me, I don't know why. I don't think it wasn't exactly high budget, that's for sure. How is Horizon 5 treating you, V8 Killer? Or have you seen any good films recently? That's currently what we're discussing. In particular, have you seen any good car films recently? Razorback. Thank you, Sergeant. I don't know Razorback. Is it a car film? I've just realised the Auto Union car has just been turning over in the background the entire time. That sounds like a great film. There was another film that... that's right. Have you seen any terrible films? Because the other good advice is recommendations of things to stay away from. There was a film that I only saw a bit of. Can't remember why, but it did kind of spook me a little bit. It was a Kiwi film, a New Zealand film, and it was a horror comedy about zombie sheep, which is just the perfect premise for a Kiwi horror film, really. I need to have a look at that again. Born to Race, okay. Do you remember anything about it? Like, what was the premise? Doesn't have to be a huge thing, just a sentence or so. Yeah, this one I think was a bit better though. I think this one, it wasn't a bad film in the sense that it wasn't made badly. It was a well-made film, but just with a jokey premise. Kind of like the Pink Panther, you know, it's an investigation, it's a crime film or whatever, but it's a jokey crime film. But yeah, Sharknado is not great from what I've heard. Well, I mean, Piranha is obviously... Okay, interesting. Okay. That does sound interesting. Set in the States, I imagine? Yeah, okay. That does sound interesting, though. What are you feeling on Shaun of the Dead then, Shadow? Or would you say it's not really a horror film, it's just a comedy? Okay, we're in the M's, we're getting through this. Oh, we overshot the M's. I've got so many modes, thanks, my goodness. No, that's fine, just curious. I mean, you know, frankly, I couldn't care less. It doesn't affect me, I don't make horror films or comedies, let alone the two together. Is there a genre that I don't do? Yes. So I wonder if that is partly by design. Now I must confess I haven't actually seen Birdemic, but I think like the rest of the world I've seen the YouTube videos about Birdemic. And I do honestly question whether it is like Sharknado designed to just be that bad. Like it's all kind of tongue-in-cheek, it's not an earnest attempt at a horror film. Incidentally, I need to rewatch The Birds itself. I haven't seen that in forever. Absolutely, it's a classic, and just thinking about it now, I'm surprised that no one has attempted to remake it. I mean, it's Hitchcock, isn't it? So it was always going to be a classic. Almost all of his stuff is classic at this point. I don't know if that's because they're good films necessarily, or if it's just because it's got the Hitchcock name attached to it now. I need to rewatch it again. I probably watched that when I was in, I don't know, lower high school, like year 7 or 8. I have never actually seen Psycho. I think I've seen the beginning of it. I've seen up to when she arrives at the Bates Motel. But I've never actually seen beyond that. I think I've seen up to the famous part. But I haven't seen beyond that. I think I've seen all of North by Northwest. And we did, for our final exam English for our A-levels, I guess, give you an equivalent, we studied Rear Window, so I've watched that quite a bit. But I haven't seen all of... What? 3 Sylvias? Oh. I'd really like to see his first film though, to be honest. Just to see kind of how things changed over his career, you know? Because I think one of Steven Spielberg's first films, I can't remember the name of it. At least I think it's Steven Spielberg. But it's basically Jaws on wheels. It's about a guy... Fuel, I think, yeah. I think that's it. With the truck that's kind of just got ultimate road rage. And it's basically just Jaws on wheels. It's fascinating to see like his first foray. And then to think, you know, decades later, that guy goes and makes E.T. or whatever. Like, what? They're so different films. It's also such a weird premise, too. But yeah, it's a good film. I have so many good cars. It's crazy. Yeah. So, incidentally, ever since that Top Gear special about the trucks, I've always been more wary about pulling in front of them too, though. I don't think I need 2 Whirling Sunshines, to be honest. I barely use the 1 Whirling Sunshine. Yeah, I know. But I also know that, like, not necessarily the manual labor of having to change gears, but just having to get back up to speed or whatever. And, you know, I'll often see some psychos at the lights who'll just dive in front of a truck. It's like, okay, you're taking something into your hands. I don't know if it's your life or the guy behind your life, but you're taking something into your hands. Got my car fixed, by the way. I don't know if you were here to hear that. That's the water in the valve. In the cylinder, sorry. It's obviously not where you want water. But now it's running fine. Or at least it has been for the past few days. Yeah, it was only $130 all up, so it wasn't even that price. Nice. What do you mean inactivity detected? I'll give you inactivity in a moment if you're not careful. Yeah, I could have just done that and I wouldn't have had to have scrolled as far. I wish there was a button that was just like, I want to liquidate all of my duplicates. Taking it out of the engine bay. Yeah. The other thing is it an automatic transmission, that car? I don't know if I've asked you before or not. I imagine it's a column shift regardless. Yeah, okay. And it would have hydraulic power steering, right? That car come out in the years where the Americans were super chuffed that they had power steering, so they turned it up to 11. Oh, really? No power steering. Interesting. Now we want to hold into that. Yeah, we can get rid of you. Yeah. That'll be fun in the car parks or whatever if you ever take it shopping. Okay, I think I've liquidated as much as I wanted. Okay. No. Well, I have no idea where you live, obviously, but I imagine the roads around you are probably a little bit tight for your land gods too. Specifically, but it's an older Buick. Oh look, let's do a little bit of online racing. That noise that over here. Right up. Sorry about that. Getting notification from my stream PC and I wasn't sure what they were telling me. I don't want leaderboards. I want custom racing. Let's go S1. Thank you, Sergeant. I can always count on you to shill the channel. Nope, I want. Sort by manufacturer. Esteban. I didn't do this the previous stream for obvious reasons. Well, that's underwhelming. Some people, they just take it far too seriously. Like, we're all on the same side, and it's against each other. okay, sir. How are you? I was meant to be doing a little bit of, I was having trouble streaming earlier, so I was doing a little bit of troubleshooting late at night. Dad walked in, so I thought I'd make it an impromptu hour or so stream. How are you? How's your part of the world treating you? And I appreciate the hugs. Oh, come on, buddy. I'm so far behind. Like, give a man a break. Take the Aston Martin out for a little bit to kind of enjoy the engine noise, basically. I'll be interested to see if Aston Martin survives until it goes electric. So, what I've heard, they're not doing super great financially. They bet it all on that new SUV of theirs, and I don't know if that's going to pay off. But, I mean, can't be too long now at this point. The general consensus around that time. Well, I was only 27 seconds behind everyone else. But that was the last race anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ah, the anime Ford came first. The power of Ford and anime. Truly a formidable combination. Yeah, and that's always the one you gotta watch too. Those weebs take their games very seriously. Particularly if it's a dating game or a racing game. This isn't any faster. You can... Yeah, let's do another one. Oh, or not. There's the network condition, apparently. That's fine too. Do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen a furry paint job on here. I mean, I've seen plenty of weed ones, like the one we just saw, but I've never seen a furry one. Okay, let's do a car that also sounds quite nice. Let's do the AMG CLK GTR. The really long named one. Man, that loads quick. I mean, I know it is literally a race car. I think the model sold to the customer. I'm not even going to attempt to try and pronounce that word again, apparently. But it is a little bit too race car-y for me, to be honest. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of only 2 times? Oh, they do have the AMG one, I guess. One of only 3 times that Mercedes has released a proper kind of supercar. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think out of the 2 of them, I definitely go for the XJ. I think I just like that car a little bit more. Apart from the opening cutscene. I personally just miss the SLR, to be honest. That was always one of my favorite cars in car games, just because it was, it sounded so very nice in car games. I don't know if that's how it sounded in real life, but the audio engineers in games made it sound really nice, really deep and throaty. This year I will be playing Need for Speed Carbon at some point. And maybe Most Wanted, I don't know. But one of the primary reasons I want to do it is because of that car and the Renault Clio V6 as well. Those 2 cars are the reasons I want to have a look at. Mustang, Fiesta, of course, GT, Puma, GT40, Mustang. Which V6? Oh yeah. Was it in Forza Horizon 4? I forgot. Ah, cool. Sounds like it would have been absolute hell for Liquid. Just like the setting circle is astonishingly large for the size of the power it is. But in games, racing games at least, it's a great little pop rocket. And it's such a cool concept as well. Right, I was just like, hey, what if we put this V6 in the back of our car and make it rear-wheel drive as well? Like, okay. That was one of those, some sort of team-building exercise sniffing glue before they came up with that one. Yeah, and that's only as fast. Oh, did anyone pick up anything good in the recent Steam and or other game store sales? I picked up a few things. I can't think of them. Oh, I picked up a game called Sinking City, which is like a Lovecraft crime. You're an investigator that's going to a sinking city, unsurprisingly, to investigate things, and Cthulhu is apparently involved, which I'm quite interested in. Oh yeah. I didn't buy too much, like as much as I could have, I guess, for lack of a better term, because there's just nothing else particularly fun. Like Xbox Game Pass does a lot for me in terms of not having to buy games. It's a pretty nice paint job on that 4GT actually. Okay, let's see if we can get 3 races. And then I'll call it a night. Or an early morning, depending how you measure it. So we did that. Where is that other nice sounding car? There you are. Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you for the plug. Don't forget to drop a follow if you can, and make sure you got BTTZ installed as well. Awesome. I think it's a little bit late in the night for the Australian audience. Like new cars, do you mean? Or like, because they always got cars behind the series playlist. Okay, well we didn't get kicked out, that's a plus. Okay. At least it's only 80 points. I'm definitely annoyed when they lock it behind the full 160 or whatever. car and the Mercedes SLR are really kind of what I think a luxury car brand supercar should be. For whatever reason, the R8 works in my mind, but the AMG 1 just doesn't quite sit with the Mercedes brand as well as that does with the Audi brand for me. Oh, well, we just died. I think the fact that the Mercedes has that long GT car look really helps it. Maybe this time we'll get into a race. Yeah, that's the weird thing as well. I saw someone point that out. It does make me wonder if the like the schedule was already figured out. This is going to be the fourth week, a month or whatever, and then pulled out of it or something. In terms of adding in new cars. Very happy that I didn't have anything kind of Hoonigan related planned due to his unfortunate passing. Yeah, I've never been a fan of the new myself, but it seems a lot of people are, just from all the kind of messages expressing how they've kind of gotten into cars because of him. Around year 6. Hockey definitely helped. Because around that time, a TV channel had picked it up. So it had just arrived basically on Australian screens. That's often the case with kids. Particularly, I mean, I can really only speak for boys, obviously, but They just love big vehicles. Trucks, tractors, construction stuff, fire engines. Yeah, like, oh my goodness. So and I think definitely for boys, there's kind of this almost like genetic code where you choose one at the age of 2 or whatever, and that's what you're going to be interested in until the age of 4. Like you're a fire engine guy, or you're a construction vehicle guy, or you're a tractor guy, or you know. I think I was definitely a fire engine guy. No, I didn't like my backhoe. Then they used to also have the, they used to have a precision driving team. The Holden precision driving team used to make an appearance, which was always pretty neat too. Part of the reason I wanted to be a fireman is no because of Fireman Sam, and that was absolutely my jam back in the day. Fireman Sam. I don't know if we had open days, but we definitely had school visits for sure, or like preschool visits or whatever, where they would come to the school, I think. But maybe we would also go there, I can't remember. So long ago now, it feels like. Oh, that's the road, alright. Oh yeah. I don't know about that kind of arrangement, but there definitely were those things where you, or something similar, where through some means you get to sit in the fire engine, try on the helmets and jackets and whatever. See all the switches and the sirens and whatever. There's still time. You might discover your undying love for agriculture and the farming way of life. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. You don't need to go on the farm because you're on the farm simulator. Thank you, sir. I guess there's a lot of money in farming, but there's not a lot of money coming out of farming. Because everything in it is so expensive. The tractors, the material that you need, like all the seeds or feed for the livestock, depending on what you're doing. And the acreage you need to actually do it. Yeah, it's crazy. And nowadays it's even crazier than the used car market. As far as I know, used tractors are really sought after. Because they're significantly easier to work on. Oh, well done McLaren. Come like last to end up on the podium. Yeah, and apparently there's, because of all that electronica in it, there's some sort of, like, repairing issue where you have to take it back to a licensed dealer, which charges an arm and a leg. At least that's the case with John Deere, from what I've heard. Alright. I'm going to call it there, because it is 1:30 AM. Hopefully it will work tomorrow night. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, classic tractors go for huge money. From what I've heard. Crazy. And also, surprisingly, there's a lot of kind of hacker types now in the farming world because of all the electronic DRM that's built into it. So you have to kind of reach out to white hat hackers, I guess, and get them to break open their machines so they can actually fix them. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this test stream that turned out to be a real stream if it was a little bit short. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday. And yeah, thank you. I hope I sleep well too. And I hope you have a good start to your weekend. Put your feet up and turn on the Netflix and watch some of that anime. Finish her off, or at least start finishing. Do we want to raid someone? Yeah, we should probably keep up the practice at least. Now, who do we want to raid, however? Let's raid Fluffy. Alright, we're going to raid by punching the command correctly and type the word correctly. Fluffy. I'm having a real dyslexic right now. Oi. They are an Australian streamer intended for mature audience, which is kindly reinforcing here. And they're currently playing Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. I have no idea what that is or what that means, but let's go say hi, and I will see you in 17 hours, 16 and a half hours. I will see you then.
Well, a day is like